don't feel like going home, but all my cash is gone. Yeah, I got nothing to do tonight.
Trip was an excellent trip again. Each trip has their own unique features to them, and the kids all have different experiences based on the different students that are there and the personalities that they bring.
It's so worth it. If you like traveling, you're gonna love it.
The Tamaki Brothers show was so cool. Like, they taught us all about everything that they used to do and how they used to engrave stuff on their faces, and it was cool but painful. It would be.
I thought it was really cool when we were in New Zealand. Everyone in New Zealand respects their Aboriginal cultures.
It's always exciting to be able to go doing new, interesting things. And I don't know, it was just really fun and a great experience being in another culture, learning about different places in the world outside your own hometown. So.
We had really cold weather in New Zealand. We were having temperatures of 0 every night, but it was a really cold 0 because it was extremely humid. So everything was always covered in frost in the mornings. And we were doing a lot of outdoor activities, just getting up to 10, 12 degrees, and you're out rafting, you're out kayaking, so you're getting wet. So that was a challenge for the kids, just to have to adapt and get into this new environment and be extremely active in cooler weather. But they did a really good job persevering, and they all took part in all the activities and had a great time.
Yeah, I thought it was way cooler camping because you got to be in the outdoors more and you got to breathe more fresh air. I liked it way more, I think.
It went by so fast. It felt like we just left, pretty much the day we got home. I was just here at the airport. But other than that, it was so amazing. Everything, I enjoyed every activity that we did. It was so much fun.
I would tell them to go for it because then, if they don't, well, they're obviously going to regret it because it's not really often that you get to go to Australia for a whole month. I know it can sound scary because you're away from home and you might not be, you might not think you're active enough for it or anything, but it's I think anyone can do it, and it's just a really good experience, and it's really important to get experiences like that in life.
I'd say it's definitely worth it because I feel like everyone should take the opportunity to travel, especially when you're young, because when you get older, life just kind of gets in the way and people get more busy. So when you're young and you have the opportunity, I think you should definitely go on a trip like this.
Well, I definitely know that I want to go back after high school, which wasn't my plan before, but so that kind of changed.
The caving was probably the best. Just being with the history, and at one point you got to see a 30 million, an oyster fossil engraved into the wall of the cave. And it was just amazing to realize that this was underwater at one point.
No, don't hesitate. I would do it. It's so amazing, and I learned so much. Just every part of it was amazing. I woke up every morning just excited to go. I was never tired in the morning. I just wanted to get at it and see what was coming towards us that day.
Yeah, definitely. There was a few of us that became way better friends throughout the trip, and I hope we still stay friends after it.
Go for it. Don't stop and just sit there. If you feel like you might like it, do it. It's just one of those things that you just have to grab before it just slips away, kind of thing. There's just so much that this trip does have to offer.
It was different than I thought, because I feel because it was more of an outdoor ed trip, it was less touristy than previous trips I've been on, where you kind of just show up and take photos. So that was really nice because it was more kind of being actually in the culture and surf culture instead of just kind of tourists going from place to place. So that was nice. Some things got canceled or weather didn't agree, so that was kind of a bummer, but I feel every time something didn't work out, we did something else that was really fun and awesome that we got to do together. So.
Well, of course the events that we did that were on the itinerary were a big part of what it was, but I don't think it was the activities that we'll remember, it's the moments. It's kind of the stuff in between, the group, the atmosphere, the kind of collaboration of all of everybody's input on ideas.
and I want to go everywhere now. I've got that travel bug now, and the ache to keep traveling and keep doing stuff like this. And
I actually really enjoyed the camping part of it. Like, I looked forward to like setting up our tent and like sleeping in our tent, and it was just fun like that. I like being under the stars. And the night we hiked the Blue Mountains, we walked out, we did a small little hike and like looked at all the stars like from a clear area without trees. And it was just such a good experience to be able to see all that, just because it's a beautiful country, so beautiful.
As always, the trips are a great experience. They're a great growing opportunity, and it really opens up the students' eyes to what opportunities are in the world. Every single day that we were on the trip, I had kids that were developing new passions. They were trying new activities that they'd never done, and they're coming away saying, I want to do this for a career. I want to be a raft guide. I want to be a climbing instructor. I want to lead tourists on caving trips. So as we went along, the kids were exposed to all these new opportunities that they saw as potential careers and things they would do in the rest of their life.
Yeah, I've actually talked to a couple kids on the trip about, you know, going backpacking and just like camping.
Beginning of the trip is where I saw the most obstacles for the kids. You know, that's the point where, you know, they're still getting used to being away from home. A lot of these kids have never traveled by themselves. They're halfway around the world.
Go for it, honestly. Everyone on the trip enjoyed it. Everybody had the different activities that they liked, and some people liked some stuff more than others, but there was something for everybody, definitely.
I've learned to take things as it goes, day by day, and to cherish everything that you have.
when we went overnight camping in the Blue Mountains, it was just so cool that like we brought everything we were gonna eat, we brought everything we were gonna sleep in, and then we just hung out, looked at the stars, walked around. Like, it was nothing better than just you and like the world basically.
Loving it and wanting to stay there for the rest of my life kind of thing.
I'd say for sure do it, because it's like, I'm not too crazy into heights, and I went rock climbing and all that stuff, and it just, you get into this atmosphere of just, let's do it. You don't really have an option, and it pushes you to do stuff that you wouldn't normally just go, let's go caving and drop down a dark hole where I can't see anything. So definitely do it. It's a very memorable trip. Like, I'll never forget this trip. So.
As we went along, the kids were exposed to all these new opportunities that they saw as potential careers and things they would do in the rest of their life, and really opened their eyes to traveling and different cultures in different parts of the world. So they're just ready to get on a plane. So they've been back now for a couple days, and to quote one of them, they said, life's boring here. You know, you're looking for things to do. When we were there, it was just always some new opportunity, some new learning experience that we're taking part in, and they want to be doing that now. They're ready to go again. They came home, they saw their friends, and realized that there's a lot of things in the world that you don't just have to live in this tiny box, that you can do anything in the world and you'll be happy, and you'll find people and you'll chase your passions.
I feel like I'm more worldly almost. I know how to work airports better now.
I would definitely say go on the trip. It's going to be hard at the start.
Kind of sparked an adventure side in me, and I want to go out and travel more and see what else the world has to offer.
It was sort of nice because you had to take care of yourself and your own stuff.
I think one of them was when we were at surf camp. I think it was the second last day. We were sitting there and just sitting there watching the waves, and a pod of dolphins swam underneath a few of my friends, and just got to watch that. It was so cool. I'm never gonna forget that.
Right after we were surfing, I was so pumped. I was like jumping, I was bouncing around, I was bouncing off the walls, and
a lot of surfings. Yeah, I guess Australians really like their surfing.
One of the big things that always stands out to me as positive on the trip is just the growth that you see the kids take. It takes about 10 to 12 days for the kids to really settle in, get used to being away from home, and at that point you really start to see them mature, become really strong leaders, willing to help out other students, really engaged, really comfortable, and you just start to see them go from children that you've worked with, some of them for years, to these young adults that are mature and responsible, and you're able to give them tasks and know that they're going to be able to accomplish them.
I just love the fact that we got to explore a new world, basically. Like underwater, it's just like completely different, and it was just really pretty. And I got to see a sea turtle and like the different coral and stuff. And even though I got a little seasick, when I got in the water, I enjoyed it a lot. It was really cool.
Do it. You have to, because it was amazing.
Conversations, all my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that I think you like? This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle